What's up, duelists? This upcoming weekend, well, today's Sunday, but next Saturday, Sunday is RBET4. You know what that means. Really big Edison tournament for the fourth in the installation of this series. There's only going to be 5 RBET tournaments this year and 1 RBET Invitational in November. That means RBET4 and RBET5 are your last chance to get an invite to the RBET Invitational in November. So make sure you're, ready for that. You're testing, you're watching these videos. The last week, I've been uploading with meta decks every single day. Powerful decks that I think will do well in this tournament. And today, I'm going to be doing another one of those videos. This is going to be the Diva Hero installation of that video. I think that Diva Hero is one of the best decks, if not the best deck in Edison format. It's in the top 5 in my opinion. My very unbiased and, no, I'm kidding. In my opinion, I think it is like top 5 deck in Edison format. If you look at the cards in this deck, you've got Stratos, broken. You've got Caius, broken. You've got Dark Arm, broken. You've got Gores, broken. Sangan, broken. Diva, broken as hell. Future Fusion, broken. Return, all of the best trap cards. You've got Wind Blast, plus the best way to support it with Malicious, Treeborn Frog. You get the idea. Plague Spreader to discard. In the sideboard, you have the best sideboard cards. You have double Dust Tornado, double Cyber Dragon, triple DD Crow. You would have 3 Dust Tornado, but I'm teching 1 in the main. There's one thing you can do about this deck is you could probably cut the Return and the Dust Tornado, and you could try out something like Gold Sarcophagus. I actually think Gold Sarcophagus kind of has a place in this deck. You could also try out a 3rd Snowman Eater somewhere in the 55, but I mean, it's just the best cards in the format that are legal, and you throw them all in one deck. And you just try to hope it gets you there, pretty much. I think I'm going to maybe adjust some of these cards, try it out a little differently. I think we are actually going to cut the main deck Dust Tornado and the main deck Return and add the 2 Gold Sarcophagus. If we don't like this, we're going to go back to the other build, where Return and Dust Tornado are in the main. And then we are also going to cut, maybe nothing. I think 2 Dust Tornado is plenty in the side. We have triple Wind Blast, Space Typhoon, and Heavy Storm to deal with back row. Potentially we'll want a Giant Trunade maybe somewhere, but I don't think so. I think this deck does a pretty good job of playing into back row, because we got the 3 Caius as well. Let's go ahead and get some games. If you guys aren't already subscribed, we're on our way to 5K. 5K is a big landmark. I might have to do something for 5K. I'm not really sure what I'd have to do. If you guys have suggestions for something that I could do for 5K, let me know in the comments, actually. I'm curious what you guys would want to see at 5,000 subscribers. What is something that I could do as like a celebratory, like, thank you to you guys? Something that could really show, like, how dope it is that all you guys came together to make this format something big. Like, something actually big. This is really cool. 5,000 people is a lot of people. One of my friends, Paige, maybe you've seen her in some of the videos, she mentioned in the other day that, like, if you had 5,000 people in one room, like, that would be a really packed room. That'd be a lot of people, so it can't be understated how many people that is. It's really cool that you guys have come together to make this happen. Okay, opponent, his name is Frost. He's got Black Luster Soldier Sleeves. He's got Light and Darkness Avatar. He's probably going to pick Scissors. I'm going to pick Rock. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he'd try to do some tricky shit, especially after he doesn't wish good luck, have fun. Yeah, I know this guy. I know these people. I know these types. Opening hand has the Gilman and the Plague, a little awkward. This is why some lists elect not to play the Plague. They sometimes play Upstart Goblins in the place of that. Unfortunately, we don't have the best start here. We can set Torrential, set Plague, or we could set Torrential, set nothing. I'm actually going to elect to set Torrential and Typhoon and pass. This could potentially be not good. I might have only set Typhoon, actually. That might have been the best. If our opponent doesn't do anything in the next few seconds, I'm actually going to leave the game. Okay, there they are. Looks like they're willing to pay some attention. I'm going to Torrential Tribute that. I just want that to die. Yep. End phase, they set a back row, and we'll be able to Typhoon that in the end phase. Main deck, Royal Oppression behind Lila. That's good that that's gone. Suppose. And they set it, which means they don't have Gores. So I'm going to Gilman attack. And I'm probably going to Solemn their next normal summon, with hopes of making a Ally of Justice Catastrophe on my next turn. You can't make this shit up. This fucking idiot set Royal Oppression with Gores in hand. Man. Fucking... This is how we starting the video off. People playing like this. No, we're gonna solemn that. We're gonna solemn Lumina. We can't afford that to exist. We're gonna take a shitload of damage here. And probably lose this game, but... What can you do? Sometimes you're just gonna lose to your opponent having... You know... having what they need to have, I suppose. Crazy stuff. Brain Caius. That does work. Let's brain the token. And then we'll Caius the Gores. This plays around Book of Moon. And it also deals 1,000 damage to the opponent. Unfortunately, we're just too low life points. I don't think we're going to be able to win this game. There's the Book of Moon. Correctly predicted. Pass the turn. They charge the Light Brigade, mill 3. They milled Aaron, which is interesting. But I think we're just dead, unfortunately. We are going to have to top deck something very fortunate, like Stratos, in order to even have a chance. Arcus is a weird one. That means they most likely have Honest. Because there's no real reason to make Arcus here. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, we're going to set Plague and Pass, but we're fucking super toasted. No follow-up monster, no Celestia, nothing? What's in their hand? Oh, there's a Wolf Mill. That's pretty bad for us. Pretty bad. Treeworm Frog, not going to do it. We're going to go to the next game. Unfortunately, the opponent had Gores. But what can you do? You know, you can only predict so much. You can only predict so much. We've got some good ones in the sideboard. We've got Light Imprisoning Mirror. We've got DD Crow, which is pretty good. And then, of course, we got the Vanity's Fiend and stuff. I think we're going to side out both Gold Sarks. I think they're a little too slow. I like all the other trap cards. I think they're pretty good. I think Heavy Storm and Typhoon. Heavy Storm probably not as good, because we don't want to clear our own Light Mirror. Snowman Eater seems decent. We'll bring in a DD Crow for the Heavy Storm. We'll bring in a DD Crow for the... We should have a really unlucky draw that game. Not really sure what we're supposed to do differently, honestly. I mean, this looks fine. I wonder how good Caius is. They showed an eagerness to go for Arcus. Caius is probably still pretty good, though. If they have Royal Oppression, then that could be a problem. I might board out one Diva for a DD Crow. I'm not really sure, though. This is actually tricky. It might also be Space Typhoon. Between 3 Caius, 3 Wind Blasts, I think we can handle Oppression, but maybe we can't. This is actually kind of tricky. Alright, we're going to try some unconventional stuff. I'm going to cut Dark Armed. I'm going to bring in the Vanity's Fiend. I'm going to add a DD Crow in over a... probably Deep Sea Diva. Although Diva's really good. Making Catastor is really good, turn 1. Yeah, let's just try this. I might want more Crows. I'm not really sure. I need to see more of their configuration. Opening hand. It's okay. It's okay. I think we make Catastor. I think that's the plan. I don't know if this is correct, but we'll try it. We might have wanted to save the Catastor for later because it can actually respond to things. But this prevents the opponent from like normal summon a monster here is pretty bad for them. They're like guaranteed gonna lose the monster. Unless they have specifically Cyber Dragon, which could be annoying. This also gets a Catastrophe out under oppression, which is something I'm a little concerned of, but maybe I shouldn't have been because I have Space Typhoon. Card destruction is actually good for us because we have 2 graveyard effects, and we had no Miracle Fusion. So, unfortunately, we drew into the second Malicious, but fortunately, Plague is able to restack that. And we found DD Crow, which is actually pretty nice. I'm shocked that they card destruction that hand, because that hand's pretty fucking good. That's a little strange. Caius is pretty good here, too. Well, let's go for Plague. See if this resolves or whatever. And then we'll go for Malicious. Banish that guy. Go get the other. They're going to pay for Royal Oppression here. So they drew a second Royal Oppression. But that's actually fine, because now we can sacrifice the Plague like this for Caius. Caius target their set monster. And now they're locked under their own Royal Oppression. They're taking 1,000. And they're going to take an additional 2,200 and 2,400 here. So, nice. That's pretty good. I will set Torrential. No, maybe I won't actually. One of the ways that they can play is if they are able to Heavy Storm their own Royal Oppression. So that's one of the few ways they can play, in which case we shouldn't set Torrential. Yeah, we should just pass. I think that's the best play. They're under serious pressure here. 2 Raikos are gone. They conceded, yep. I wouldn't have card destruction their first hand if I was them. Having double Raiko is pretty important. Like, that's an out to the Catastrophe and play, and then, you know, maybe you have that Honest for later on too, and you have the Royal Oppression for my follow-up once you kill the Catastrophe. I think the opponent just made a bad play, which is not surprising given the way they played game 1 as well. They did have double Royal Oppression. That is a card that does fuck our deck in the ass, especially going second, so I am going to bring back in the Heavy Storm. I'm not sure what I'm going to bring it back in over quite yet. Evil Guy's good. The Cyber Dragons are also interesting going second as well. Knock could be kind of unique too. We only saw 2 Raikos. Saw them set in Necro Garnet. Knock could be okay. I'm not sure. Maybe Heavy Storm over a Wind Blast. Going second. It's either that or it's over the Crow. But I like having the Crows. I think they're actually good. I think I'm going to do 2 more Crows as well. Maybe over some of this shit. Yeah, what if we cut Armageddon Knight for another Crow? How does that look? Do I want to draw Crow on the draw, or do I want to draw Armageddon Knight? I don't fucking know. Maybe I don't want to draw this. Maybe I want to draw Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragon seems good. This whole configuration thing is kind of confusing to me because every card is insane, so I'm just like, what do I want, what do I not want? Deep Sea Diva is worse on the draw, so maybe it's Deep Sea Diva for Crow or something. Whatever, let's just try this. Let's just try this. I'm not sure this is good. I'm not sure this is bad. Every card in our deck is insane. Let's just sequence what we draw well, and hopefully we'll be able to outplay and defeat our opponent. Hopefully they don't open too broken. This opening hand is pretty fucking solid. We've got Fast Caius, which is excellent. It's everything you could possibly want. We're going to special summon the Evil Guy. Either that or we could poke with Sangan. Is poke with Sangan better if it's a Raiko? Actually, it might be. Yeah, I think this is actually a better play. We can preserve the Evil Guy Caius for a later moment. If this is a Raiko, it'll pop the Sangan, maybe, and then we'll search Malicious. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate, but what can you do? Alright, we'll just pass. That is unfortunate. I thought if it was Raiko specifically would be good, but it looks like they're playing Nimble Mega Hamster. Sometimes you see Royal Oppression in the main and people cut Nimble Mega Hamster because it's not a great thing to set in front of a Royal Oppression. Okay, they're going to mill 3, not destroy the Sangan, which is fine. They milled 2 spell cards, which is good. You have to target before you mill. Yep. had to declare target before you mill. Yeah. You can choose to mill only. So if you don't target, you are milling only. Yeah, you have to target before you mill. The only reason I'm sharking this guy is because he didn't say good luck, have fun. Yeah. You have to choose the target only. You have to choose the target. That's the post 2010 errata. This is Edison format. Refer to edisonformat.com for all rulings and errata. Yeah. I mean, not that it matters really. Because like it doesn't really matter, basically is what I'm saying. He says this format sucks. Then quit. Leave the game. If it sucks, do something else with your time. You don't have to do anything. With the way you're playing, you're not gonna be farming anyone. LMFAO. Let's sack Sangan for Caius. Caius is gonna activate, Sangan's gonna activate. We're gonna target the set monster. Third Raikou is gone. We're gonna go grab a malicious. Here we are gonna play around honest. We're gonna attack over the hamster. We're gonna set light imprisoning and Phoenix Wing Windblast, and we are going to pass the turn. It's possible we should have searched Deep Sea Diva because it would turn on our Miracle Fusion. We're gonna chain Light Mirror. And the opponent is, I don't know, like, you can't do anything here. Switches the Raikou. Kinda tells us they don't have Honest. On our turn, we're gonna pick up Deep Sea Diva, which is exactly what we wanted. Perfect. And here we can play around Honest by making Catastor, so we're gonna do that. Free. Catastor attack Lumina. Activate the effect. Caius attack the Raikou. And then main phase 2, what have we got? I think we just pass. If they have Cyber Dragon, they can eat the Catastor, which is big. If they have JD, it will at least force a Wind Blast. But they only have 3 names, so they have to sacrifice another monster in order to get JD online. And we can just Wind Blast whatever they play and start pressuring them. Here is Jane. It's going to attack the Caius. I'm going to activate Wind Blast on the attack now that they've shown me the Honest. What the fuck? Yeah, no, none of that shit. Alright. On our turn, we can normal this guy. We can Miracle Fusion into the other guy. We can banish the Malicious, and that should be, what, 3,000? 7,900. Just short, unfortunately. I would like to lock this game up if possible, but I'm still going to make that play just because I want to, you know, want to win the game. Malicious comes out of the deck in attack position. We're going to normal the evil guy. We're going to Miracle Fusion, banish the evil guy, and the probably Diva. Oh, I guess we're not playing return, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to summon Absolute Zero. What? Oh, you want to crow Diva? You want to crow Diva? You don't get to chain Crow to Malicious. It banishes for cost. If you were gonna Crow on Malicious, you have to do it before fucking... Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for the quality of this opponent. And I apologize for, if you were going to crow malicious, you wouldn't have, didn't you thumbs up the malicious? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? If you're going to crow malicious, you have to do it before I go to my main phase, because then I get priority. And then I banish for cost. So, and even if you don't do that, you're still going to 7100, and you're not winning this game because I just wind blast your next summon. So it doesn't really matter. And even if you do force a summon through, let's say you have Heavy Storm somehow in that hand, which I know you don't have because you're drawing Chain, then I have Brain Control to kill you. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You want to crow the malicious? Sure, you can crow the malicious. It doesn't matter. You were never winning this game. Yeah, I apologize for the quality of this opponent. Obviously, it's like a classic bad player thing to complain mid-game. Say that they're only playing it to farm money and then, just like make insane amounts of misplays. We're just going to get a different game. You know what? Classic lightsworn player too. Like, oh my god. Nothing against like the powerful fucking lightsworn players, because there are a lot of powerful lightsworn duelists out there, but that's your average lightsworn fan or whatever versus the Chad milling enjoyer or something. Got a game versus Team BVIR. Good luck, have fun. Gonna pick paper. They also pick paper. I'm gonna pick paper again. I'm gonna pick scissors. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Of course. All right, but that's okay. Deep Sea Diva is okay at going second because we got the evil guy Caius play, which is a solid play. And Stratos plays pretty well in the back row too if we start with that guy. We haven't had a chance to start with him yet. It'd be nice to get that. Opponent's playing 45 cards, and there's the Stratos that we were talking about. So opening hand's actually fantastic. I really like this opening hand. We've got Stratos to search for Malicious, Windblast to discard the Malicious. We've got Armageddon Knight, which is a great starter. We are experiencing, of course, the dueling book lag. Stratos is going to give us the card advantage back. We're going to grab Malicious. And we are going to attack the set monster. There are arguments to not attack it, but I think it's right to attack it. Just a set value. 5 cards in hand, just a set value. I'm going to set Dust Shoot, and I'm going to set Phoenix Wing Windblast. And I'm going to Dust Shoot the opponent in the draw phase. I just want to see what's in their hand. It's got to be a lot of monsters, right? 45 cards with the value in their deck is really interesting. Heavy Storm, okay. Oh, their hand is really bad, actually. I think we should take... Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, they have a couple of bricks. Chaos Sorcerer and Wolf don't do anything. Heavy Storm will clear our back row. I think we take Sirocco. They have Gale, Plague, Wolf, Sork, Storm. That's a really bad hand. That's part of the reason why I don't like the whole like Wolf, Chaos Sorcerer stuff in this deck. And also, when you go to 45 cards, you're going to draw less consistently. That's just the nature of the game. I mean, that's how math works, right? So, unfortunately for our opponent, they have a terrible hand, and we're able to Dust Shoot them with the Stratos in the opening. If they don't Heavy Storm here, then we've got Windblast to lock them up even further. Oh my goodness. That's really unfortunate for the opponent. Another Windblast. Very, very good for us. So I think something we could consider doing is... Yeah, it's got to be Armageddon Knight, activate, send Plague. And then we can Windblast their set monster. Attack for 3,200. Next turn, are we going to be able to kill? That's the real question. I think we have to get our Synchro Monster's damage in this turn as well. No, because we have to stack a card for Plague. That's annoying. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to Windblast the set monster just to keep him locked a second turn. And we're going to attack with both. I'm going to set the Torrential to try and bait the Heavy Storm. So they're going to take 3,200. And then I want them to Heavy Storm the Torrential because I think the Windblast is actually a little bit better. Either that or I could have set nothing and kept the Torrential to stack for Plague. But the way it stands, if they just set a monster again, like, they lose straight up. And this is why Stratos, Phoenix Wing Windblast, is such a disgusting draw. Or not draw, opening. It's so gross. It's like, what can you do? What can you do? Here's the Gale. This forces the Gale. Okay, they activate Gale, target the Stratos. We are going to lose our Stratos here, but that's okay. We're going to take 400. Stratos is going to die. Next turn, we can make an 8-star. Oh, that's so unlucky. Drew both our Rhoda targets and the Rhoda. That's okay. We can shuffle this away with Plague. So, or with Malicious, sorry. Plague. Gonna stack this card. Special summon the Plague. Then Malicious activates. We're gonna banish this. Go get our other Malicious. Just to shuffle away the Dust Shoot. Now I need to think here for a second if I want to make Goyo Guardian and take the Gale, or if I want to make an 8-star. I think it's better to make an 8-star, like Stardust, because then what can they do, right? Like, they can't Heavy Storm us. We're going to have Wind Blast and Torrential Tribute, and they're going to be pretty much locked out of the game. So Stardust is going to run over Gale for 1,200. Armageddon Knight's going to deal 1,400, and then next turn they have Wolf, Sorcerer, Heavy Storm. None of those are plays. They have a Plague, which they can set, but we have Wind Blast for any of their plays. We also have Torrential, Blink the Stardust if we absolutely have to. But we're just going to do this, and we're going to pass, and I think this is a guaranteed victory. Just depends on how they want to sequence things. Yep, okay, cool. Against this deck, we saw Wolf, we saw Chaos Sorcerer. We can pretty much assume they're going to have Rykos. GG. So I'm going to bring in the Nobleman. I think that's pretty important. I don't know if he's going to be playing Royal Oppression because he has Chaos Sorcerer. That's actually like one of those cards where I'm like, he also has Wolf. So I don't know if he's going to be playing Royal Oppression. DD Crow seems okay, but is that the fight we want to be fighting? Is it? It might be. I'm not really sure. I think Gold Sarcophagus is a little slow in this matchup. Again, I've been boarding these out in every matchup, and this is kind of why I don't play them usually. It's because they're just a little bit slow, especially going second. So we're going to take both those out real quick. We're going to bring in, maybe a Light Mirror. It's kind of funny to think that Light Mirror could be good here. Dyna's also pretty good against this deck because you can just set it, and it's like a Wrath of God or whatever. Most of our other shit looks pretty fucking good in this matchup. Like, I'm not, like, upset by any of these cards, really. I don't think we can really go wrong with all this. The only cards that I don't love is I don't love Solemn in this matchup, actually. I think Solemn can come out. Not sure what for. Maybe Dust Tornado? Just as an extra out to Royal Oppression, like a just-in-case out. And then DD Crow looks like it has some potential here. But it's like always going to be a hard -1. I'd rather just outclass the Armed Wings, if possible. DD Crow is more for, like, Debris Dragon. I feel like. Cards that are going to, like, where you're going to get at least a normal summon or a value out of it. If I'm just, like, DD Crowing a value that they milled for free, then I'm going to feel pretty silly about it all. You know what I'm saying? Just pretty silly. There's Aaron. Okay, that's pretty cool tech. I actually really like Aaron in the value decks. I think it's very good. They're going to mill 3. They milled Necro Gardener. That's a good mill. And D-Prison. Okay, it's good to know about D-Prison. Dark Armed is big. So I think this turn, our play is going to be Heavy Storm, Mind Control the Aaron, Normal Summon Plague, and then Synchro. I think that's going to be our play. It's kind of a wild play, but I think it's good. There's Mind Crush. Huh. Interesting. So they set Mind Crush. That means they definitely don't have Gores, right? Round 2 of definitely not having Gores. We're going to Mind Control the Aaron. And we are going to Synchro into Yugioh. And attack for big damage. Let's go, Goyo Guardian. No Gores. And then we pass. This looks okay. We have 1 dark in our grave for the Dark Arms. Maybe we can get a second one in the grave somehow. Sangin can find us the 3rd dark. Things look okay. Here's Greffer. Okay, that can get them a Bryonic play, which is respectable. That can get them a Bryonic play. At the cost of 3 cards, but it is going to get them a Bryonic play. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they just have like a Book of Moon or something. Nope. There's the Plague. They could also just Yugioh Crash, but that's much better for us given our hand, so. Okay, there's Plague, Stack, Special Summon, okay, understandable, understandable. Mind Control the Yugioh, they have their own Mind Control, okay. Mind Control is a really good card. I think it's like top 5 cards in the format, actually. And I think it's pretty solid in this Vayu deck because you actually have a lot of ways to get access to Plague. Even though you only have Plague and Gale as your tuners of choice, you have a lot of ways to get access to them. So it's like, it's kind of like you're playing more copies of it, basically. This is actually going to be pretty good for the opponent, I think. If they make Stardust Dragon especially, it's going to be very good. If they don't make Stardust Dragon, then I think we might have a chance. Because we can just set Snowman Eater, and that'll be good enough. They might make Colossal. That'd be kind of crazy, right? Yeah, they're going to. Okay. Nice. Nice. They don't want me to be able to, I don't know, do something or other. 1700 direct, and then this is actually going to be a big hit. There's 1, 2, 3 warriors, so we're going to take 3100 damage here. It's pretty big. It's actually pretty big. We have to be really careful about our life totals. Main phase 2, they have a back row too. Wow. It's very threatening. Diva can be good later on. Let's go ahead and set the Snowman to try and stabilize and pass. Hopefully they attack with Grepher. I really need them to attack with Grepher here and also not find like a Dark off the top because a Dark off the top is really bad for us. Unfortunately, they don't. All right, well, Snowman's going to have to pop Colossal Fighter. We can't deal with that. And then this is going to be 1700 from the Grepher. We're dropping really low in life points. And they have multiple back rows, which is ugly. All right, well, we've got a plan. It's not a good one. Most monsters kill us here. Yeah, that ought to do it. And it's Sirocco specifically. Okay. Let's see if they show us any more information. They're going to send a second Vayu, okay. Looking at their deck, it looks more like a Vayu deck and less like a lightsworn deck than they initially imagined. We might be boarding in some copies of Dust Tornado to deal with Royal Oppression. Let's see if they attack directly. More or less. Let's concede here. They're going to attack directly for sure. And I don't want to show them any information like what I can search with Sangan and whatnot. GG. Okay, I'm going to bring in the second Dust Tornado. I'm also going to adjust some things. I think Vanity's Fiend is quite good. Like, actually quite good. Yeah, these two seem good. And then DD Crow also seems much better. Now that I'm looking at it. Like, these 4 cards look really excellent. I think Armageddon Knight's a little weak. Dark Arm Dragon's a little weak. We'll side those 2 out. Actually, Dark Arm gets better when we bring in the Crows. Armageddon's a little weak, though. Snowman is good. Miracle's good. Might be cutting 1 Miracle, actually. I don't know about Dust Shoot either. I mean, Dust Shoot's okay. Our hand that game was just really, really slow because of the Dark Armed. And we didn't have a way to facilitate it. This is kind of tricky because I want to bring in all these cards, but I don't know what I'm cutting. Nobleman looked weaker. They didn't show any Raikos or any setting that game. Nobleman, 1 Miracle, 1 Diva. I'm just cutting random cards. I honestly don't know. Maybe we'll just bring in 1 Crow. Maybe we don't bring in the Vanities. How good is Vanities? It's probably pretty good. They have a lot of removal, though. Maybe it's just double Crow. We'll try this. Keep in mind, Crow is over Miracle, so if we'd rather have Miracle, then that's something. I'm going to try to get a more active Dark Arm Dragon. That's why I'm leaving in the Armageddon Knight. I think Dark Arm Dragon is a little bit better than Miracle Fusion in these games. Okay, opening hand. Not the best, but it'll be good at pivoting tempo back in our favor. Plus, we're going to be able to dust shoot the opponent. Dust shoot games 1 and game 3 on the first turn is actually excellent because it'll allow us to get full information on what the opponent is working with. Wow, what a hand. Okay, that's insane. Fucking 5 limited cards and a solar recharge. Alright, charge, cold wave, solemn, brain, recharge. That's an insane hand. Holy shit. It's crazy. What the fuck? Okay, how do we beat this? That's gonna be the real question. Yeah, that's the real question. They charge here, which is good. Hopefully they get Lila. They're playing fucking Judgment Dragon? Dog, I don't know if you can support that. I'm gonna be real. That's insane. Okay, hold up. They've got Judgment Dragon. They're gonna charge for... That's insane. Their mills were actually pretty good too. Milling the Sirocco. And the Heavy Storm, now that we have no back row, it would have been a terrible draw. They're just gonna set Raikou. Huh. Not use the recharge. And they are gonna set the Solemn too. I'm gonna special the evil guy and see if they have a response. They're gonna let that happen. I'm gonna tribute summon Malicious. See if they let this happen. Malicious is gonna attack over the Raikou. End phase, we're gonna get a draw from the evil guy effect, which is nice. If this pops our Malicious, I mean, like, cool. Nice. Okay. Okay, good thing they milled those cards and not a Vayu. I mean, we do have DD Crow, which is nice. It's a nice piece of interaction. But actually, at this point in time, we're looking okay. We're looking okay. If they have to Cold Wave, then they have to do it locking up their own Solemn. But, yeah, they chose not to recharge. So the recharge is dead. They have Brain Control. Fuck me, dude. That's insane. There's a Miracle Fusion. Unfortunately, nothing to do with it. This is really tricky. Every turn that passes on the Malicious is bad for us. I think we can try to Evil Guy Caius to force the Solemn, but it's 2-for-1 for 4,000 life points. And we have no follow-up play. I think maybe we just set bottomless and pass. This is really hard, actually. This is a really hard decision. I want to force the Solemn, but all of our ways of forcing the Solemn right now take 2 cards and we have no follow-up. So it's just like we're forcing the Solemn for no real reason at this moment in time. Dang. That's not good either. And if that's a Raikou, that's fucking annoying. Alright, well, let's try to force the Solemn. Let's try to force it, at the very least. Maybe we attack, actually. If it's a Vayu, it might be better if we attack. Okay, let's try to attack first. Let's try to attack. It's a Vayu. Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good. It's good that we attacked first. Got the Vayu in the grave. They're at 4 darks. I'm going to not Crow until they activate the Vayu effect. I might actually let the Vayu effect happen and then bottomless the guy. Yeah, so we're going to Caius the back row now. And they're going to let that resolve. Wow. Okay, they're not going to pay 4,000 to kill the Caius. I guess they're being a little bit careful of their life total. We know their whole hand, right? It's Cold Waves, Cold Wave, Brain, Recharge. We don't know a third card. Okay. Because they have Cold Wave, it makes me not want to set this Wind Blast, so we'll pass. Their cards are awkwardly not really getting used. Maybe they didn't Solemn this because they have Gores. We have to attack. I mean, it's just the only thing we can do. Wonder if it had changed the clock. They have trag. Okay. It's kind of the same thing, really. These miracles are fucking miserable here. Maybe you're supposed to board out 2 of them in this matchup. I don't even know. We're just in an awkward spot. We need a tuner, like, bad. Tragodia can steal Caius. He can also attack the Caius. I am going to Wind Blast it. And I'm going to discard a Miracle Fusion. I think our other 3 cards are better. They drew a monster they want to set. We drew another fucking trap card that we don't want to use. God damn. We can force in damage if we use the Malicious now. But it weakens our follow-up if we draw... You know what? Fuck it. Let's just use the Malicious now. If it was a Raikou, they would have fucking used Recharge, right? Like there's no way it's a Raikou, right? Yeah, it's another value. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. Perfect. That's actually perfect, because now they go to 5 Darks, and then we can just Crow the Sirocco, and they have no play. Or we can just Bottomless the Armwing, either way, depending on if they Cold Wave or not. And now they're facing Lethal. Like, they have to pass the turn with Trag, right? And they're facing Lethal. What? They had a lightsworn this whole time? That's insane. What the fuck? Why were they waiting? Why were they waiting? 3 Vios engraved, but only 1 Sirocco. I don't understand. Why would they wait? Especially you have Cold Wave. I'm going to ask priority. So if they... Yes. Okay, they're going to pitch Trag. That was their only defense. We know they have Cold Wave Brain. Okay. We have Bottomless for the Armed Wing, and we have Crow for the Plague. So, I guess there's that. Brain Control. They're going to Brain before using Plague. This is a misplay. You should always use the Plague first. They're going to target Caius. They've already normaled, so they can't tribute it. There's no way in hell we're taking lethal damage. What is this play? I don't... They threw away all their cards and they're just getting 2,400 for it? Like, wouldn't you want to make Stardust first, or try to at least? They're going to activate Plague. And then we're going to activate DD Crow. Target Plague. Huh. I mean, we have game next turn. They're going to activate Vayu. Say, okay. They banish that. And the 1 Sirocco. And then we have Bottomless for this. We know one of these 2 cards is Cold Wave, which is dead. Yeah, we Bottomless this. And then we have Brain Control for lethal. He says lol. I think you could have just passed the turn with Trag up, 2,400 Trag, and been fine. Here's Burial, but that doesn't do it. Because now you don't have any cards in hand for Plague. So, we're going to get the Caius back, and we're going to have Brain for game either way. You should have actually put back the Sirocco and the Armed Wing, just so he has 2 blockers to survive. Says, damn, you're good. I don't know. I don't know, actually. I think you just missequenced. I don't think it's me being good. I think you just messed up, which is fine. I mean, like, it happens, you know. Sometimes you mess up, you play cards in an awkward way. The top card of the deck is Cold Wave, so we know there's nothing happening here. We're going to get the Caius back, and we're going to have Brain Control for the Armor Master, and that's going to be that. It's going to be over a bajillion damage or whatever. Brain Control the Armor Master, and that should do it. GG's. Well played, Team BVIR. The last game was a little bit messy. Definitely want to review that one for sure if you're watching this. We're going to go ahead and get another game. I'm feeling this deck. Actually, you know, we're going to go back to the original configuration. We're going to cut the Gold Sarks. And we're going to put Dust Tornado. And we're going to put Return. Because I actually think this configuration is just better. Especially for the way this deck is built. Like, I just think that having the extra spot removal and the extra power drop, like Return is so good in this deck. It just works well with everything. Works well with Plague, works well with Malicious, works well with Miracle and Dark Armed, works well with your opponent going bottomless or Caius against you. So there's just like a million different reasons why Return is so good in this deck specifically. And I think that just having that extra like random bomb that can one card OTK the opponent in weird situations, you know? We've got Derpington, opponent. Good luck, have fun. He's picking paper. He picked scissors. Interesting. I'm picking rock again. Now he's picking paper, of course. All right. All right. Well then. I think it's more often people change after the first one. Opening hand is very good. This is kind of why you like playing this deck. Windblast with value discard. Evil Guy with Caius, Allure of Darkness, which is basically this format's Graceful Charity. Everything is upside. Oh, Allure of Darkness is another card that combos well with Return of the Different Dimension. Or Return from the Different Dimension. Yeah, exactly. So I think this is the truth, basically. Opponent's playing Immortal Bushi. Huh. This deck's neat. It's actually kind of annoying to face off against. Sangan is a good draw. That can find us Diva, or it could be an Allure target for us. Just depends on how we want to play this turn. This is interesting. I think it is set Sangan. Set Windblast. And pass the turn. Oh, thank you. Smiley face. Appreciate that. Very kind. Very kind. Loves the channel. Doesn't get to bring this guy back because he controls a monster. So Armageddonite, still just kind of like a little underwhelming little dude. If they only have one back row, then that's good for us. This card's not legal. That card is not legal. It is released in the Shining Darkness. You can check legality on formatlibrary.com or edisonformat.com. Yeah. Unfortunately, card is not legal. This card would be very good. If it was legal in the format, it would be played. It is actually very, very good. This is like one of the most disgusting cards. It's basically got that cool little Stygian Sergeants thing or whatever effect, but it is not legal in this format. Unfortunately, I think it would be a very fun addition to this format. No worries. Just a bit of information. Unfortunately, we don't have an Edison card pool on Dueling Book that would save a lot of fucking time and a lot of fucking effort from a lot of people. But you know what? Here we are, I guess. Edison format, hosting again. Yes. Definitely want to play the Edison format, not the Shining Darkness format afterwards. That is a scary format. We're going to play against a Human Goldfish. Human Goldfish is picking rock. No, God, fuck. I can't even win rock, paper, scissors against a literal goldfish with zero brain functionality. What is this? Good luck, have fun. Dang, man. Dang. Opening hand is cash money. Stratos Diva Windblast is so good. If only we were going first. If we were going first, this would have been a crush. This hand is disgusting. Like, this hand should not be legal. Like, this hand should be illegal. Like, they should ban 5 out of 6 of these cards. Starting off with the Captain Gold activation, I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't want to activate that card unless you're summoning Ocean this turn. If you're summoning Ocean this turn, okay, I get it. That makes sense. If you're not summoning Ocean this turn, you don't want to activate it. But generally speaking, you want to save this as like a surprise. There's E-Call. Yeah, I'm still missing why you want to activate this. Because it looks like Stratos is going to be the summon. This deck, this matchup, I fucking hate this matchup. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I think it's really, really, really miserable if you don't have Snowman Eaters, but we do. So Again, our opening hand is just very, very good. I forgot what they searched for there. Elemental Hero Ocean. So they grab the ocean to try and recycle the Captain Gold. They're going to set some back row. They're going to set a lot of back row. Jeez. All right. Typhoon is such a good draw. Okay, we're going to set Snowman. And I believe we are also going to set Typhoon, as well as the Wind Blast, and pass. We have to be careful what we pop with Snowman. If we pop Alias, we're turning on Hero Blast. So we might want to... I don't know. We're going to let this happen. This is okay. Stratos is going to attack. This guy's going to activate. They're going to take 100 damage. And we are going to destroy the Stratos. They didn't summon the ocean. Interesting. Main phase 2. They're going to thonk here for a moment. And pass the turn. Alright. This is tricky. It's very unfortunate. I don't think we're going to be able to get a chance to use our Stratos too effectively, but I just want to make sure we get Malicious in our hand and then in our grave using the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I'll normal summon this guy and activate the effect. This is just using our normal summon effectively. We're going to be able to grab Malicious to our hand. And now we have 3 outs to 3 back row. And we're just going to let the Stratos die. And then on our turn, we're going to try to out the back rows. In a random order, potentially. We know they have Skyscraper, Ocean in hand, so they don't have a great hand. There's Ocean, okay. They're going to be able to attack over the Stratos. They actually should have activated the Skyscraper first and attacked over with Ocean. It's more damage. So it's a little bit of a missed damage from the opponent. Okay, new back row is annoying. They're going to flip Royal Oppression right now. I don't care about that. That being face up is actually good for us. There's no reason to flip it. He must be a GOAT format player because you can actually flip it to respond to things in this format, whereas in other formats you can't. Okay. I think the first prompt is going to be Diva Activate. Yeah, that's going to be the first prompt. It's going to be Diva Activate. They're going to pay 800. They have to have both Solemn and Dark Bribe here for this to be a bad play. We're going to chain Mystical Space Typhoon and target the Royal Oppression. They're going to let that resolve. Deep Sea Diva is going to special summon out another Deep Sea Diva from our deck. I'm going to attempt to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast one of these back row. Pitching the Malicious. This could be bad. I'm going to target the middle one. I have a feeling that's the Hero Blast or whatever. Okay, cool. Now we're going to make Stardust before we go for anything else. So I'm going to activate Destiny Hero Malicious. Special summon out the Malicious from the deck. Do have to be careful. They have, well, we know they have basically, what is that card? I forget what it's called. I forget what the card is called. But we're going to make Stardust Dragon first. Skyscraper, that's what they have. So we have to be careful of that. They're going to activate Bottomless Trap Hole. I'm going to use the effect to negate. Now I'm going to yes, I can. It literally destroys, then vanishes. I can absolutely negate it. Okay. Destroy that monster. And if you do, banish it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Didn't really matter, but you know what? That's fine. Even if you didn't bottomless there, you were going to lose the game. So there's that. Okay. That guy left before I could click accept. And now he's back. Okay. Good luck. Have fun. Teletat. I played against him before he picks paper, if I remember correctly. Yes. There we go. I've adapted. We're going first. Diva Hero. Can I just get a good game? Like, can I just get a fucking good game? A good, solid game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, this is a good hand. We're going to set Snowman, set Solemn Judgment. And pass the turn. Solemn Judgment will help us protect our big play next turn. Ooh, we're getting a little extra life points. That's always a bonus. I'm always happy when my opponent activates this card. Solar Recharge. No, sir. No. Put that shit back. You're not supposed to. You are not supposed to shuffle, yeah. You're not supposed to shuffle. Banish and reveal log, then put on top. Okay, put it on top of the deck. Another person playing Vayu with Upstart and Solar Recharge. Interesting. Wonder what the back row is. Well, we drew the best card in our deck, which is Future Fusion. Gonna reveal Absolute Zero. This is gonna send our probably other Snowman Eater. I think he's the least useful at this point. And Malicious. We're gonna activate Malicious. Banish. Go get the other Malicious. Where is that guy? Where is that little guy? There he is. Then we're gonna Diva. Activate. This Diva's gonna go get Gilman. It makes us the most resilient to brain control. If they have a Diva on the field that they can brain control, they could potentially make a synchro that I don't want to deal with. So we're going to synchro into Stardust Dragon, of course, and then I'm going to attack the set monster with Stardust first, in case it's Raikou. It is Raikou. No pop. I'm going to go back and watch the log of this to make sure he wasn't stacking the Sirocco on purpose. And it takes 1,700, 400 more. Gilman does pump himself up as well. Main phase 2, we set Mirror Force, and I think we're actually in a great spot. Caius can out Stardust Dragon. Chaos Sorcerer can out Stardust Dragon if they're playing that. Potentially they are, given that it's such a heavy lightsworn engine. But they're pretty far behind. I mean, we have 8 cards to their 4. We're going to be getting an Absolute Zero in 2 turns. I think this is like curtains. Again, we'll attack with Stardust in case it's Raikou. Vayu, whatever. 1,700 direct. Main phase 2. Set the Wind Blast. We have a great discard. Next turn, we're getting Absolute Zero. This should just be the game. Allure of Darkness, be my guest. A lot of draw spells. Not a lot of action from the opponent. Which is unfortunate. I would have liked to see something cool happen. I'm not really even sure what they could have here that really does it. Maybe Brain, Dark Armed, something like that. Brain, Burial, Dark Armed. Here's Lumina. Sure. Pitch Plague. Special Raikou. Sure. What does this accomplish? I don't understand. You're just showing me more of your deck at this point. End phase mill 3. Alright, so we see Aaron, we see Caius, and Torrential. Good to know about all those cards, I think. We're going to draw our own Caius. Standby phase, we're going to get absolute 0, and that's going to be it. I mean, like, there's just nothing they can do. And flip Snowman Eater, activate the effect, pop Lumina, sack for Caius, banish the Raikou. Yeah. Alright. That was a very good hand from us. Very, very good hand from us. But most of the hands from this deck are very fucking good. Like, you see how it goes. You see how it goes. The deck is... It's kind of nasty, I'm not going to lie. That many Upstart Goblins, that many Solar Recharges. We saw Torrential. We saw Caius. Did they cut Royal Oppression? That's the real question. And if they did, are they going to be bringing it in? We saw Raikou, Aaron, Lumina, Allure of Darkness. It's a very heavy Lightsworn engine. Very, very heavy Lightsworn engine. I think we side out Return. It's not very good against Lila. I think we side out one Snowman Eater going second. Maybe not. Maybe it's too important to have the waters. Yeah, maybe it's fine. I was going to bring in the 2 Cyber Dragons and just try that. Oh, we also have Light Mirrors. Huh, these could be kind of good. What if we did like 1 Light Mirror? I don't think that's very good. This is such a weird matchup. Because our main deck just looks good. And our sideboard looks like it could help, but like our main deck just looks good. Looks like it does what it needs to do. The only thing I'm considering is like Dark Armed Armageddon Knight, these two again. And Plague. So that's 4 cards that are coming out. And then we could do something like Cyber, Knock, Vanities. Their list looks really soft to Vanities. We could also bring in the Dyna over a Cyber or something. Whatever. Maybe it's Dyna over Dust. Let's try that. Let's try that. Who knows? Who knows, man? They could have Royal Oppression. That could totally kill us. And I could be upset that I boarded in the Dyna, but hey, here we are. I don't know what it is. Opening hand, Rhoda with no target. Excellent. Recharge. Okay. Pitches Lila, draws 2, mills 2. Opponent has a lot of draw spells, so I mean, like, they're gonna draw cards pretty consistently. Here's another recharge. It's just whether or not the cards they draw are good. They milled Sirocco, which is a good mill. They milled all 3 Raikous, which is good for us as well. If they're playing Pot of Avarice, this is actually a great moment for them to Pot of Avarice. I could see them playing something like that in this deck. Here's Charge of the Light Brigade. That's going to mill Lumina. Okay, Charge mill Lumina. Pretty funny. Mills the Allure and the 3rd recharge. So we see a lot of their power spells gone, or power draw spells and search spells gone on the first turn of the game, which is nice for us. They search Lila. Alright. There's Lila with a back row. And they do mill a Vayu and a Sirocco, as well as a Typhoon. Interesting. Knock, kinda hilarious, given that their 3 Raikous got milled. So that's actually a pretty bad draw for us. It's most likely going to be Rhoda that we discard to the Wind Blast, but potentially something else as well. No, actually, we're going to search Evil Guy, I think, with this hand. So we'll go Strato search Evil Guy. Attack over the Lila, or at least try to. Mirror Force. They're going to Mirror Force a Stratos. I'm pretty happy with that, all things considered. Oh, I could set this. I think it's just set Wind Blast. Pass. If they activate Lila, I might not even Wind Blast. I might not. I probably will, but I might not. You never know. They milled a lot of cards, but they just don't have a lot of action. We're going to chain Wind Blast, discarding Treeborn Frog, targeting Lila. That way we know they're drawing a Lila next turn. They're going to make an Armed Wing. They haven't normal summoned, so they have a chance to deal like 4,000-ish damage here, which would be bad. Burial would also be bad. But that's it really, right? Chaos Sorcerer maybe? There's Grepher, okay. No, that should be game actually. We might just fucking lose here. Maybe. Hold up. Let me do the math. 46, 17. Take a lot. They drew Foolish. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate we misboarded a little bit in this game. They Foolished Gareth. They have a JD. They've got to have a JD then. Because that's the only reason you'd Foolish a name. Let's see if this is a JD. It's got to be, right? Yep. Alright, we'll go to the next game. Cool. That was fun. I'm just going to run it back. It looked like they didn't have a lot of back row. It looked like they were more Judgment Dragon-y. So I'm going to side out the Heavy Storm. And bring in the... I'm also going to take out a Cyber Dragon going first or whatever. Huh. What do we like? Light Mirror seemed good. It like actually seemed good. They had a lot of lightsworns. But they also have Caius, which is weird. DD Crow could be good. I'm not sure. This is actually a tricky one. Let's just try this. Let's just try this. We could bring in the Light Mirrors. I don't think it's wrong to bring in the Light Mirrors. They're very heavy Lightsworn. Okay, opening hand is a little bit weak, but we can make it work. We're going to go Diva into Gilman, and then I think we make Catastor or Android. Let's make Android. I think it's a little bit better. And then we'll set one Wind Blast and then gain 600. Pass the turn. This might not be the best play, but I think we have a lot of draws that turn this into an okay play. Solar Recharge. So they are going to start off with their big draw engine yet again. Pretty lucky for them, but it's fair enough. I think they've cut the wolves from their deck. I haven't seen a wolf yet. Charge is going to activate. They're going to mill JD. What else are they going to mill? Burial and Vortex. Great mill for us to see. We don't want them to draw any of those cards. They're going to search their deck for a monster. They could grab Lila here. Again, we can just Wind Blast it. They're going to grab Gareth. Okay. Interesting. Lumina activates the effect. Pitches Gareth. Special summons Gareth. That's okay. I think I'm going to Wind Blast. And main 2. I'm going to Wind Blast the Lumina. And I'm going to pitch one Caius. I'm not sure if that's the right play, but we're going to try it. Alright, Android attacks Gareth. Hopefully they don't have Honest. If they did, I feel like they would have... Well, maybe they wouldn't have attacked into back row. Brain Control is pretty good. We're going to set the Wind Blast again. I don't think we're going to use this Wind Blast. I think we're actually going to let them get their mills. And then next turn we can Brain Caius them. Going to 9,200 is actually really big against this deck. Okay, Lumina is going to activate. They're going to pitch a card. And bring back Gareth. That's okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna brain Caius them. I think that's the plan. Lumina Mills 3. There's both JDs gone. Thank goodness. That was one of the ways we were definitely losing this game. And they're going to mill no lightsworn names, and Dark Armed is now gone. So all their power cards are gone. So we're actually just big chilling. Draw another Miracle Fusion. That's going to be a great discard for our Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I'm going to Brain Control, pay 800, target the Garoth, I believe. And then we're going to sacrifice this for Caius. Caius is going to target the Lumina. We have to be careful of Gores. We have Wind Blast, so I'll attack with both. Nice. No Gores, thank goodness. We're going to go up to 9,000 with the Android, and I think we're in a good spot. They could have Brain Control themselves, which is bad for us. They could also have another copy of Lightning Vortex. There's the other copy of Lightning Vortex. So that's pretty big for them, because now we have nothing. Do they have something? There's a Lila. Wow, okay, that is something. I'm going to Wind Blast it. I need a top deck Stratos or a Rhoda right now. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I don't think we can afford to go for that. We have to pass. I think we just have to give ourselves an extra draw step or two. We're going to take 1,700. If they mill a Sirocco, we're actually in a really bad spot. Damn, the last one is a Sirocco too. Fuck me. Okay, now we have to go for it, unfortunately. Fuck, that's so whack. It's whack too, because even if we do find a hero off of it, you can't like do anything with it. All right. Let's try it. Let's try it. Damn. All right. All right. All right. I want to concede. I want to concede so badly, but we have an extra turn. We have an extra turn. They can miss the 50-50 on these. They can miss the 50-50. Okay. They're going to attack first, then break. Fuck, man, that was so whack. They didn't miss, too. That's so whack. Stratos one time for the fans? No, unfortunately. Alright, well. It's not the worst. They have 2 values. It's pretty bad, actually. Vayu and Sirocco going to get banished. I'm actually going to let this happen. I'm going to try to get them to play another monster into this. They're not going to. Okay. I need to get very lucky in order to win this game. And yeah, it's just not going to happen, I don't think. Cyber Dragon's not bad. It kills the Lila. Alright, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see if we can survive another turn. I don't think it's highly likely, but it's maybe possible. Depends on how they sequence. Because if they go for a monster here, Greffer, I'm going to ask priority. They are going to priority activate. Okay, let's see their cost. Pitching Plague, that's going to send Necro most likely. That's okay. My goodness. No, they're sending a third Vayu. Dang. Alright. Brain Control? That's fucking crazy. Alright. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that, unfortunately. We are dead, though. We are for sure dead. If they just attack, and we lose. there's Armed Wing. We have to Torrential, and then they just activate by you. GG's. Well played. Well played. Unfortunately, the games we did lose, we were breaking on Miracle Fusions that weren't live. Miracle Fusion, while it is powerful, it is very difficult to make active. And that's the biggest downside to this deck, and why it's probably not the top best deck in this format, but it is really close. And you guys got to see the power of some of these other decks, some of these very high variance lightsworn decks. You saw the power of Lightning Vortex, which is actually a very cool card. I like Teletat's deck. I think he played pretty well, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, again, about what I should do for 5K, and, you know, just have a good day. Peace out, everyone.